Hello and welcome to The Chef Life Presents. Recently I was featured on the Foolish Oats YouTube channel, and one of the books that I reviewed was called Songs of the Sapa. It's all about Vietnamese food, and in the video I admitted that I didn't really know anything about that type of cuisine or that type of cooking, but I love it, I love to eat it. So I did a bit of research and found a couple of recipes and then headed off to the local Asian food market. I'm just going to go over the different ingredients that I picked up. First, shiitake mushrooms. This is going to go with silken tofu and do a bit of a stew. These are enoki mushrooms. This is for a future probably vermicelli type thaw type soup. These are garlic scapes. If you leave your garlic, there's like a green part that comes out of it called the germ. Well, this is it if you allow it to grow. So really interesting texture. You can cut it really fine, saute it, it softens up and it gives you that garlicky flavor. The Vietnamese are really into chili, so have some red chilies. These are actually not that spicy if you take the seeds out. The flesh has, like a red pepper, has a sweet flavor, then a little bit of spice at the end. You can include the seeds, or as many of the seeds as you would like, in order to make it as spicy as you want. These, on the other hand, are called bird's eye chilies. The smaller the chili, the more spicy they are, typically. These pack a pretty powerful punch, so you can use them somewhat sparingly. Cilantro. Cilantro is in everything Vietnamese for sure, or Thai. Picked up a couple of lemongrass. You smash these with the back of your knife to loosen up the aromas in them, and then you can slice them really fine. You can also just put them in whole and then take them out after you cook something. I got a bunch because you can freeze them, so I'm going to use what I need tonight, and then the rest go in the freezer. The lemongrass pairs well with the kaffir lime leaves. These are exactly what they sound like. They're the leaves from a lime tree. I'm going to put that with the lemongrass, as well as some ginger, pretty common, and some galangal to make tom yum soup, the quintessential Thai soup. Delicious. I love it. So the ginger and galangal, you can tell they look very similar. I'm going to use what I need and freeze the rest. Chef Michael Smith actually recommends that you freeze ginger. That way when you take it out, you can just grate it and it won't be as fibrous, and it will actually grate really well from frozen. So it's a perfect way to use it. Mint water, which I think they meant to say water mint. I have no idea what this is, but I'm excited to find out. Last but not least, Thai basil. If you think of pad Thai, that very familiar, strong, sort of, I don't know, licoricey, sweet taste is Thai basil. I love this herb. It is amazing. I often get my mum, who is a gardener, to give me Thai basil, and I kill it every time. So that was the produce, and the next step is going to be the proteins. In Vietnam, there's not a lot of arable land for livestock. They're surrounded by water, so there's a lot of seafood. There's a lot of small birds and different waterfowl. Obviously tofu and pork, because pigs will survive anywhere. They don't eat fields. Today I got Spanish mackerel. Beautiful fish. It was literally whole, so I had to ask the man to take the innards out. I could have done it myself, but I didn't really want it to sit in a warmer environment and have the insides out. You kind of want to get them out of there as soon as possible. I'm going to fillet this. I'll probably keep the bones for some sort of fish head soup or a stock, and I'm going to freeze the fillets that I don't use tonight. These are just your typical tiger prawns, but for 2 pounds it cost me $11.62. Silken tofu. This is the softest. I'm going to put this with the shiitake mushrooms to make the, basically it's like a stew. There's all different types of breeds of chicken. Basically almost every chicken you buy is called a broiler chicken. It refers to the size of it. There's also something called a capon chicken, which is a chicken that was castrated. So they come in different sizes. This black chicken is just another breed of chicken that's found in most Asian countries as well as some of Africa. Some of its features are obviously its dark skin, but it also has a stronger flavor and it's supposed to be more tender. The next section I'm going to go over is the pantry. Obviously soy sauce features large, so there's different types of soy sauce. This here is a light soy sauce. This here is a dark soy sauce. Next is ponzu, which is soy sauce that has basically citrus in it, and it is delicious on just about anything. This is chili sauce, and it features a really sad Chinaman on it. This is white bean curd that's been preserved. This is going into a couple of soups, I believe, and I'm also using it on the outside of some beef. This is Shaoxing cooking wine. I don't know what makes it special, but the book said to get it, and I listened. Fish sauce, very potent, smells, but it's also delicious, and it's in almost every single Vietnamese dish, so I chose the larger bottle instead of the small one, and I think it was still only $2. Another thing that's worth noting is if you're in an Asian market and you're looking at labels that are translated, expect to see lots of Lucky, Golden, and Fortune. Sesame oil, delicious, good for you, has a fairly decent smoke point, higher than butter but lower than vegetable oil. It gives you a really nice nutty sesame flavor. Mung bean vermicelli, very, very small noodles, which are actually also called glass noodles. These are not made with wheat or rice, they're made from mung beans. Rice paper rolls, well, I suppose it's just rice paper, but I'm going to make spring rolls using it, so we'll go with that. You just put them in some warm water, stuff them, roll them, they stick to themselves. You don't need to do cornstarch or egg wash or anything like that to get them to seal. Jasmine rice. So the way that Vietnamese cuisine works is it's a bunch of small dishes and everything is served over rice. You'll have rice on the table as well as all the other little bits and pieces. Dried shrimp. Now, I haven't opened this package, but in the book he suggests heavily that you use dried shrimp where he calls for it. He does also say that it's very, very potent and very strong smell. In Vietnamese cuisine, its sweets do not feature very largely. I think they're called che. So these are not just Vietnamese, they're sort of a mix and match from all the different types of Oriental cuisines. Instead of getting our regular tea time cookies, we got egg rolls, some assorted pastries. I believe this is taro, and this is green tea, and I think this is white and black sesame. These are red bean paste sesame balls. We had to get some silly little sweets. So I got Meiji Yam Yam, which is a vanilla cream snack. It has these sticks that you dip in the vanilla cream sauce, and they say strange things on the sticks, like snail mail? Snail. Yep. Hello Panda, not to be confused with Hello Kitty, also by Meiji, with its biscuits with strawberry cream. So that was our adventure at the Asian food market. I'm sure that you will see recipes posted for the food that I make, along with some great pictures, so stay tuned to the blog, and thank you for watching. That sounds gross.